Howdy, everybody. If anything, just a little heads up. I played this game last night on my PS4. As you know, you can tell there was the Warriors game, which is a PS2 game that I retroly put on here the night or recently. And if anything, I like the visuals of this game, but it was just very I don't know, it kind of felt repetitive after a while, and but if anything, I wanted to add commentary for this game because I played it brief enough. I kind of thought like it would be cool to finally like drop commentary on something, reacting to it, um, to give you guys commentary for something that other words might be something that is kind of empty without it. So, if anything, like ideally, I might. I don't know how I'm going to do this here. If I to prove or whatever that this is actually my video, because I could be supposedly stealing footage from somebody or something like that. Uh, but realize maybe that why would I go um, out of my way to steal somebody's footage that is of this game? If anything, like I could have done and like I could have went for a bigger game or something like that, and yeah, so like ideally, like I'm really just reacting to a video that I actually honestly really played. So without further ado, I give to you a game called Dead Land. And this game, like I said, it was very. I would say this game is very repetitive, but if anything, it's kind of funny when you're going through. Um, like I said, I wish I would have better equipment here to give commentary, but there is a lot of times where I play games very late at night, so that's the reason why I tend to do stuff without commentary or stuff like that because I just don't have either the equipment or I just don't have the privacy of playing a game late at night or whatever. I guess I could, I guess I could do like if I have equipment, I could do like the quietest gameplay challenge or something like that. But anything, I guess, on to the point, because, like I said, I'm simply just reacting to a game that I've played. Look at how few um, controllers are on here, and you can see somewhat the my logo symbol. So that is actually proof that this is one of my games that I put on here. But anyways, looking at this, I'm gonna bump up the volume a little bit. Yeah, like right away I end up getting killed right away just because like I was kind of disoriented and not exactly knowing what I was doing. But if anything, it's kind of interesting when I get further along in the game where cuz it's kind of like the most anti-social zombie game ever. It's like, "Oh yeah, really try to avoid the zombies." And then, "Hey, we'll give you a weapon so that way you can attack them." And that's why like this is me actually really getting used to the controls and trying to figure out how to avoid these things. Down further along in the video, there was an actual part where adamantly I just like I just wanted to test out to see if I could completely look down on the ground and to just see how far I could go to see if zombies wouldn't to see like how far I could go with just blindingly going about the game. As you can see here, I finally got a weapon because I didn't realize that if you smacked into the little things with the lights there that you could get weapons. I found that out. I was like, oh wow, this is how you get a weapon, because I had no clue. Um, and those animations for killing killing the zombies are so cool. But you quickly run out of ammo, and you quickly just are like, oh, because evidently an axe has ammo for some reason. It's very weird. Uh, but anything, like I said, the graphics on this were pretty decent. If anything, the only reason why I just quickly did a gameplay of this was just like, I don't know, like already it started to get very like consistent. There was only like a couple different kind of settings, and it was just an avoidance game. It wasn't really much of a I thought that this was going to be like the weapons were something you can easily have on you, and eventually they might break. But instead, you have to be lucky enough to hit a certain like checkpoint thing with the light flashing there, to get a weapon. And I kind of thought that would be annoying, because then I'd have to go through the whole gameplay just like trying to maze run through all these zombies. Um, but um, but ideally, like this game was, if people are interested in it, I think it was very cheap on the PlayStation Network. As I continuously tend to get eaten by zombies. Um, but anything, like I said, this was just kind of a brief playthrough that I got from a very cheap game on the PlayStation Network. Um, or I think it was free. I'm not sure at this point. I hope it was free, because holy crap, this game like had very few controls, had very few everything. So like I don't understand why this game was made. Um, but anything, I had some fun out of it. I think a lot of the times it got to the point in my head where I was just like, "Come on, zombies! I taste like chicken. Come and get me." Where I was kind of goading the zombies in my mind, just be like, "Oh, please, can I just like get some of these zombies to get closer to me to make this game like more exciting, to where I would really have to dodge the zombies, because it feels like if I went far enough in one direction, like I could miss like every zombie. And I think that gets clearer the longer that I play. And I think there is a cut coming at some point where I kind of restart into yet another level, because I think I was like 9 minutes in. After the first 9 minutes, I I stopped. So I was just like, how long have I been playing this game for? Because it was very late at night that I played this, and I was just like, I'm 9 minutes in. It's like, man, I'm only 9 minutes in. Holy crap! It seemed like I had played this for like way longer. Um, and then so I re got back into the game, and like I tried for the longest time to just like justify, like, well, I'm already 9 minutes in. Like ideally, like most gameplay, most gameplay, like I want to show this off, but like I don't think I could go like a whole 30 minutes. I was very tired at that time. I was probably recording this at like probably 5 in the morning, and ideally, I had so many technical problems like on that night alone, getting everything out, that I completely was just like, I was just kind of I was very exhausted by by everything. So And funny enough, it seemed like at some points that I just like I almost was like starting to doze off while I was starting to play games, because I was trying to get more content out, but like I was like dozing off during trying to play games. So it's just like, well, like I'll get whatever I can get out somehow, technically, because I had so many issues. So if anything, like I would ask on this, really try. I have a like I said, I would ask for subscriptions, views, anything, simply because so that way I can make this channel better for you, the viewer. And I have a shut my mouth challenge going, completely meaning if you no longer want to hear me continually beg and ask for subscriptions, whatever, subscription buttons on my thumbnails, me continuously talking about this challenge every video, then you can change that fact. The other end, the other person on the other end of the camera there. This part of it, like I really like could not see where I was going, um, or I really couldn't see if there was a zombie here. Like this is probably like the hardest level, just because you're like just going through here hoping that you like walk the right way, because you can tell it's very disorienting and you can't really see where where people are, like where the people are and the leaves are, so it's just uh and there were several times that I didn't pay attention to how much supposedly like ammo I had in the tank to be able um to fight off zombies. So a lot of times I would just go in willy-nilly and just start hacksawing everybody up, not thinking that eventually like this weapon or whatever would run out, because the weapon quickly ran out a lot of times. um I think eventually towards the end of this I finally actually get to be able to get a gun. Yeah, you can see the ammo count there, the two, the three, the two, and because a lot of times I just went willy nilly with the weapon, not realizing, um, and that's what would kill me as well. Is just like I was like, oh well, this is an axe. It won't easily just like, because I'm used to playing like Left 4 Dead and 7 Days to Die and stuff like that, and like a lot of weapons have a higher count, or like melee weapons, like I thought like you can use it throughout the whole entire level and you wouldn't have like issues, but I was wrong. But yeah, but this this game, like I would tell people to give it a shot just for something to do. If you guys want a cheap game to play for either content or to play for, I don't know. I hope in the future that I get better equipment to be able to do commentary on even maybe my older content, like go back and lay a track down, talking through it, maybe reacting to it, just so that way it maybe adds something to an otherwise. Because it seems like everybody loves gameplay where you talk through it or whatever. But ideally, if there is just something that has a big view count, like I'm not gonna like if anything, I'm not gonna try and I'm not gonna mess up something that's perfectly fine the way it is. That's just who I am. Because if something is going well by itself, then why should I? Um, why should I? try and mess up something that's perfectly fine. But anything, like, the most positive thing that I can talk about this game is just the graphics. Like, everything looks very realistic, even though a lot of times, if there would have just been a little tweak here and there visually, it would have really added to the game even more. But it is what it is. I'm sure compared to some other zombie games, I'm sure this is probably graphic wise probably higher up there. See, this is the part where I simply wanted to see how long I could last if I just stared at the ground, and it seemed like I went pretty far, weirdly enough. Because this was just like, no one would probably do this on a video, so that's probably yet another proof of like I actually did this. And man, I lasted quite a while just like staring at the ground, and I was just like, because I wanted to test to see if I could do something like that and if I would go further, because of how many times like I would have gotten eaten alive by zombies like fairly quickly, or if I would have lasted a very long time. Yeah, but if anything, like, even further onto the game, like, it really probably seemed like, man, you really died really quickly. And it's like, well, yeah, I technically did. But if anything, also, it was just kind of, it was just, like, very difficult to be able to do, to be able to play, to be able whatever, and see zombies coming or whatever. So, if anything, I might actually just leave this here as me talking through it. It was a very short video, as you can tell. So, if anything, just me adding my commentary maybe helped it a little bit more to get some kind of perspective or something like that. But I think like I said, I'll leave this here for people to enjoy or whatever. So, but yeah, but I'm just gonna leave this here. So I will say good luck and good night, and hopefully people enjoy yet another zombie game that I did. So goodbye, everybody.